Hey people, you're in the closet.
Your hair looks good.
You like it?
Jeff got a haircut.
I got my hair did.
He goes to the fancy salon just for the head massage.
Oh, well, it's more than that.
Oh, is it?
Discount the experience.
What is it?
It's the atmosphere.
The atmosphere. You like the girly atmosphere? You like looking at the ladies?
It's too girly.
Yeah.
It's nice.
It's nice, but it's girly.
It's nice, and the people are very friendly, and they treat me like I'm part of the family. And I like Salon 405.
Huh?
I like Salon 405.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah, they cut my hair.
I like them too.
Yeah, you do.
I miss them, but see, here's the thing.
They ask about you.
Do they still remember me? I'm such a stranger.
They ask about you.
They're
like, that bitch.
Oh!
Where's she at?
No, they
I'm
don't.
like, I know.
No, they don't. I love getting my hair done there. I love the experience. I love Jacqueline. I love all of them, but she does my hair really well. But it's expensive, and I had to make a change to someone who does it way more affordable, if you can understand that. So I told Jacqueline that I'm not cheating on her. Right. And I love her very much. And if I ever run into some more money, I'm going back. Or if something happens to this situation where I get it done cheaper, I'll go back to her. But it's expensive. And I like to have mine fresh a lot. And when I was paying like $200 and something, I had to wait like forever. And my hair would look like, please, I'm sorry for saying this, but I'm going to say it anyway. It would look like trailer trash. Like, my hair looked so bad. Like, I was strung out or something. Like, girl, get your roots done. And now, since it's way more affordable, I can get it done twice as often. So I don't run into that problem. That's the only reason. No hard feelings. I love them there.
Oh, yeah.
I almost asked you if I could go with you tonight just to see them.
You could have hung
out. But I
out,
didn't want to crash your party. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just your time.
You don't get to go.
You don't need me there. It's like, oh, Jeff can't even go get his haircut by himself. Angie's got to go with them because there's girls there. That's what I feel like people would say, you know? Which is not the case. I really want to see the girls, but I'll just go on my own time.
Yeah, you can go on your own.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it was good, and I told Joy while she's cutting my hair. I told her about our podcasting. And I told her about our Ubering. Not our Ubering, my Ubering. So now they've got my number. All those employees are going to be like hitting me up if they want an Uber.
That's awesome.
Which is great. And I text her the podcast, and they're going to listen to it. I started to tell her the story of Monday night, Cash. And she was dying. She's like, this is the greatest story. Like,
yeah.
This is crazy.
It's really a good story.
And I didn't even get through all of it. I'm like, you're going to have to go listen to it.
Yeah.
You know, and then I had then the other girls heard, and as I'm paying and leaving, I was telling them. And so I had this little group that I was giving the old, you know, the explanation of what happened Monday night in the story. And I forgot, like that's the thing. See?
Yeah, I see.
You see that?
Yeah,
See what I did there? I left out some details. As you told me I need to write this down.
Yes.
Right?
Right.
So I was writing it down, and like all the details I missed when I told the story.
Right.
Came flooding back as I was writing it down.
See?
You know, little things like when he came to the car. When he came to the car and got in, he fell in. I don't think I ever told you this part. The window was already down. I had a bottle of water in between the seats and the cup holder. Half full. He takes it, chucks it out the window into his yard, and puts his 2 beers in the cup holders.
No, he did not.
Yes, and he looked at me with his sunglasses, and he said, "You're done with that, right?" Yeah, and then he yelled at the guy on the front porch to clean up the fucking trash and get the damn dog.
Okay, so here's what we need to do.
I'm not lying.
I believe you. You can't make this up. I mean, you're a funny guy, but you can't make this up. So here's what we need to do. Write it down.
I am.
And then when we're finished with it, you can read over it, and whatever you feel like you left out, we'll do a follow-up, a part 2.
We'll do a part 2.
And did you go back and rate him low so you could never get him again, or is there a chance you'll get Cash again?
No, not a chance.
Okay.
No, I didn't rate him low, and you know why?
Why?
And I think I said this in the podcast. But when I closed it out, he was sitting in the front seat.
Right, so you had to rate him high. But
He saw his name.
I thought you were going to go back.
I did. I
So
went
you
back.
did.
When I got online and I went in there and I had to say, hey, this guy was drunk and I didn't feel totally threatened, but I don't want him in my car again. And they
Sure.
confirmed it. They emailed me back and said, you will not, this rider. But man, it's a bunch of people in that house. Who knows? I just know if I'm going in that area, I'm canceling the ride.
Well, you'll know now if you're going down that road
Yeah,
or
if
whatever.
I'm going
But
down that road, I'm canceling
what a
the ride.
crazy, crazy story. If you haven't listened to that podcast, it's, I don't know what number it is, but it's called, what is it called? What is it called?
It's called Uber Johnny Cash.
Okay. Go listen to it. It's so funny. I was crying laughing. I can't believe all that happened to you. I was trying to tell Chaz about it, and I told him that you would text him that picture, but I don't think I ever told you to do that.
I showed the ladies tonight, and they were like, he's 37?
I know, right? Texted it to Chaz because I told him a little bit of the story, but then I told him to go listen to the podcast because I can't do that story any justice. It didn't happen to me. When a story doesn't happen to you, it's really hard to retell as eloquently as the person that it actually happened to. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah.
So anyway, but that was great. You haven't Ubered since, but that was just a couple of nights ago. So
I did last night.
oh, that's right, you did for a minute. There was a ZZ Top concert, but that only lasted a hot minute for you.
Yeah, it was just an hour, but I made good
Yeah.
hourly.
So there's that. What else happened today or yesterday? I don't know. We haven't caught. I feel like I haven't seen you. When you're doing all this Ubering and stuff, I feel like that I don't see you very much. But that just goes along with the territory.
Right. It's just, we're just balling out. You know,
We're balling
we're
out.
hustling. We're hustling. We're hustling to make it happen.
We are
But we've
hustling.
got a schedule now. So
We organized our schedules this week. Last week was so weird.
it makes me
And if you
feel so
don't
much
do
more
this, if you
confident.
fly by the seat of your pants and you like it, that's great. But if you feel frustrated in the evenings because you feel like you just are everywhere, sit down with your significant other and plan on Sunday and plan out who's doing what, when, and what. It makes it so much more easy.
Yeah, and you literally, like, put it in your calendar. Like, tomorrow night I have in there at 10:30 p.m. It's Tire Up Thursdays.
Tire up Thursdays.
Yeah, where I tie you
You're
up.
tire flipping?
Tire
Up? You're tire flipping?
Tie her up.
Tie her. Who you tying up there, babe?
You're on the schedule this
Oh,
week.
yeah, no,
You're on the schedule this
I'm
week.
on the schedule this week.
Yeah.
Well, it's just going to take me off permanently.
Oh.
Ha ha ha. No, but it is good because it's like tonight I looked on our calendar and it said, Jeff driving, Angie dinner. Like we got who's going to do the dinner for the kids, who's picking Nate up from school because some morning afternoons I can't and everything like that. So anyway, schedule it. It helps. So there.
It does help. I have a question.
Okay.
People, today I get, this happens daily maybe, every other day, but I get screenshots from Ange's DM on Instagram, and we've talked about it before. It's always a dude
Yeah.
that's hitting her up, that's either putting fire emojis on her story or funky faces where they're out of their mind or whatever it might be. But today was ridiculous.
It was.
I literally got I was like, what's going on? Do you mean to send me this many screenshots?
Well,
There were so many guys up in your DM today.
there was, and this is the first time that it's been multiple. Like I felt like DJ Khaled and another one. It was
constant.
weird.
And it's like one of them was just growling.
I mean, it's just weird because it was just a boomerang picture.
Of your booty.
Okay, but it wasn't like provocative. I had on yoga pants. It's not like I was doing a boomerang and a thong.
This is true, but that would get you some likes and some followers.
I was just being fun.
You were being fun, and people enjoyed it because it was your booty that was popping in the boomerang.
No, listen.
It was
you guys,
popping
I
in the
wasn't
boomerang.
I wasn't booty popping.
Go check it out, people.
I wasn't.
She was booty popping.
It was just a wiggle.
She was wiggling and booty popping.
It was just a little wiggle.
When you got that much back there,
it just was a wiggle.
A wiggle turns into a lot more.
Well,
a wiggle turns into a jiggle.
I didn't mean for it to be like that, but I appreciate all the compliments. There was nobody that was over the top. I mean, you know what I'm saying? There was nobody that was like, nobody said anything that was inappropriate.
No,
it was all good. But, you know, it is what it is.
You get a lot of fishermen weekly
fishermen
at your pond. They throw the line in. It's just like little things. They try, and some guys are there and have been there for years, and they're constantly like throwing it out, like saying lines with that begging for a response of some type. You know what I mean? Like they just throw that line out there and they're fishing. They're waiting. They're reeling it in slow. Mm-hmm. You know, just hoping you'll take the bait.
Persistence and patience.
They're just hoping that this is the day her self-esteem's going to be on a 2, and she's going to need to chat with this dude.
Oh my gosh, I don't know. Well, I could have chatted with a very young dude live in action at the gym yesterday. I told you this story. I'll tell everybody. Really funny because I had my headphones in, right? And I've been told I'm unapproachable with my headphones on. Maybe I am, I don't know. I've been told I look a certain type of way with my headphones on, and I'm a different person with them off. Well, this kid, and when I say kid, I mean he was young, a couple of times approached me with my headphones on, just like, hey, are you using this? Are you done with this? Oh, sorry, am I in your way? Like that kind of thing, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And I was wearing my JBLs, so my ones that go over my ears, like the bigger ones.
Right, yeah.
And I was exceptionally sweaty yesterday, and so I took a break from them. I took them off to dry them off and to dry my ears off. That's all it took. It was almost like a beeline. He came over to me and he says, I'm sorry, is there any way I could have your number and text you sometime? I was like, I was taken back, to be honest.
Bold
it really is.
You,
it was bold for 2 reasons. One, just to come up and ask somebody that, but 2, asking me for my number instead of my Snapchat, because somebody in Kroger asked me for my young kid asked me for my Snapchat. Yeah. Like he went to my time, right? He's like, I'm gonna get her because I'm gonna go to her generation.
She's a MILF, so I'm gonna go for that. I'm gonna go to that range.
I'm surprised he didn't say, "Can I page you sometime?" No, I'm just kidding. So anyway, I was like, I didn't know what to say because I was shocked.
Right.
First of all, cute kid, adorable. I said, well, first of all, I'm married. And second of all, I'm old enough to be your mom. I mean, I said that point blank to him, looked him straight in the face. And he goes, he was real timid. He goes, I'm older than I look. And I was like, still, I'm old enough to be your mom. He goes, I'm so sorry. I didn't know you were married. I didn't see your ring. My bad. I haven't been wearing my wedding ring for no reason. I just keep forgetting to put it on. And Jeff and I have these tattoos on our wedding ring, but not everybody sees that, right? And that could be old. I mean, like, if I don't have a wedding ring on, I just have this tattoo. Maybe
and it's on your left hand, so even if you never would jerk them off with your left hand, so you wouldn't see.
No, I'm just saying, like, when I'm lifting weights, you might not see the tattoo, and even if you do, and you say, oh, that's a wedding tattoo, you may think, well, maybe they're getting a divorce, and she just hasn't had it removed, or whatever like that. So I can't fault him for approaching because I don't have my wedding ring on.
The problem is when
and I'm going to fix
him.
that when I get off this podcast. So, no, he was very respectful. He's like,
sure.
I'm so sorry. I did not know that you were married. What I wanted to say to him, because literally he was, y'all, unless he has some really good genetics, he was no more than 22. I don't even know if he was legal to drink. He might have been 20. He was super baby. And I wanted to say, however, I have a daughter that's close to your age, that's single, if you're interested. But he's not her type, if you know what I'm saying. He's
my type?
It's a white kid.
Right.
She doesn't go for that. But super adorable. If I were 20 years younger and single, I would have gone on a date with him.
She would have.
I would have. Totally would have.
Well, that's good to know.
But anyway, that's that.
Do you feel fetishized?
Can you explain that and I'll answer it?
Well, I mean, it seems like you have a bunch of young kids always hitting on you, like young people, and I think it's a big thing right now. It's like, maybe look up the Urban Dictionary, but fetishized.
I wouldn't even begin to know how to spell that. Hold on.
come on.
Oh, shut up.
Fetishized.
Oh, okay, Mr. Dictionary. I'm trying to find it because my phone updated last night and all my apps are in a different place.
I got you.
Okay, thank you. Because all my apps have moved.
They've moved out.
They've moved not out, but
Fetishized.
locations.
Fetishized. Make something the object of a sexual fetish. Women's bodies are so intensely fetishized. Fetishized. It's hard to say with that SHT and the SH in there. Fetishized.
Fetish.
Have an excuse. Well, have an excessive or irrational commitment to or obsession with something. Basically, fetishes. Like MILF is a fetish for people. Like,
Sure it is.
so I think young guys, I think that's a big deal to young guys. I know if I know what I know now and I was in my 20s, I would be going for women 35 up.
Yeah.
Hot women 35 up. Like if you're a hot woman, if you're like you, like fit, workout, good shape, hot, confident, we've talked about that before. That would be like ideal for a young guy. And don't need doted over. Like, I know you do.
Well, you do,
But
but
in
not
that
like in that
situation-
way. But
In that situation, it's not going to be a relationship, really.
I feel like that if I were single and that happened to me, that's still really young. I wouldn't go any younger than if I'm being honest, if I'm 43 and I were single and I was like, you know what? I'm just going to do whatever I want to do. Who cares? I couldn't dip much lower than 28.
28.
Yeah. I might be able to. I don't know. I'm not single. I'm not in that position. Because I'm thinking, in my eyes, I'm thinking, girl, go for it. But at the same time, if you think really hard about it, it's kind of like, ew, that's kind of gross. But
You know what, though? You got to take into account, you got to take into account the person, because I would say that, too. I definitely wouldn't under, 34, 32.
Yes, you would. Yes, you would.
Maybe just to smash it, but that's it.
Yeah. That's what I'm talking. Well, no, I'm not. I'm talking about a
But
relationship.
if I'm looking for a relationship,
Oh, yes,
I don't want to
you
deal with
would.
those young girls.
Yeah, but they're not all like that.
That's what I was getting at. I was saying it depends on the person.
Yeah, it does.
There's people younger in age, but they're more mature.
Right, and
not needy.
there's
They
people.
have confidence.
There's also people who maybe in their late 30s, early 40s who act like a freaking 18-year-old punk.
Right, or slut.
Yeah, so I think it does depend on the person in the situation. So you can't really put yourself out there like that. I think what would worry me if I were the age that I am now, if I were single and I were dating and a kid that's 20, 27, 28 wants to date me, I would be concerned.
About when he's your age.
Well, yeah, I would be concerned because I'm only getting older. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I think it'd be fine for a few years, but then what's going to happen when I really start aging and you're not aging yet? Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, because if he's 25 and you're 43, that's an 18-year difference, right?
Right. So
So then just think about when he's 40. When he's 40, you're gonna be almost 60.
That's what I'm saying. So he's gonna just start the aging process, and I'm gonna be well into it. But there is a chance that love and connection could withstand all that. My grandparents were 15 years apart.
Right.
You know what I mean? But my grandpa always
But dudes
looked so
can
much
do
younger.
it. Dudes do it all the time.
Yeah.
Because dudes are different.
Right, I
when
agree.
They're aging.
I agree.
Not that women can't. I'm all about it.
Right.
I'm not saying that. I'm just saying it seems like men, they can get older
Right.
and still have younger girls if they have money.
Well, no, I agree with that, though, but it's just... So it's I don't foresee myself... Well, I don't foresee myself being single, but if for some reason I was in a situation where I was single, I would definitely go on dates with younger guys, but I don't know that I would let the relationship get so far because I would fear that. And they could tell me straight to my face that wouldn't happen, but I don't know that I'd believe them because I'm already starting to age.
Well,
right?
they can't tell you how they're going to think in 15 years.
Well, I know, but you can't live your life like that either.
No,
if you guys are into each other and you really are connected and you really love each other, you've dated long enough to actually really love each other and be committed, you just have to roll the dice on that one. And you just have to go with it, in my opinion. If you have a feeling that, okay, maybe this will work, and then 20 years later, if he's starting to flake out, then he flakes out and he leaves you and you're old and you're like, I should have listened, I shouldn't have done this. Or you just go find someone your age and move on with your life and find a companion. I don't know.
Yeah, no, I mean, it's not as big a deal for you. I would be worried about more than just the age thing, because it's not as big a deal to you. You're done. You have kids. You're set.
Exactly.
He's gonna be like, no, I don't want kids. But
yeah.
You know what I mean? Or
Right.
maybe you don't even talk about that.
Well, I mean, he'll have 4 instant kids.
No, he won't. Those are my kids.
Okay, but you know what I'm saying.
He won't have kids.
He'll have stepkids.
My kids will be grown. He won't have kids. They won't be.
True.
They won't even care about him.
That's true.
You know what I mean?
Well, they might. You don't
They
know
might,
that.
but they won't have a relationship with him.
How do you know that? How do you know if something happened to me or something happened to you and we got remarried? Maybe I pass away, maybe unfortunately, or maybe you leave me for a younger woman and we're divorced. How do you know that if we ever got remarried, that our kids would not have a relationship with their stepmom or their stepdad? That's kind of sad, and it's
No, they can have a relationship. It's just not going to be a close one.
well, it's not going to be as close as their biological. No, absolutely not.
You know what I'm saying? I'd be like,
But I know a lot of people who have step parents who are closer.
If you're still alive, and my daughters are like having fun and enjoying themselves with my new young wife, I'd be like, look, quit disrespecting your mother.
No, you wouldn't. I
Be a
wouldn't
bitch to
even
this woman.
No, come on. I wouldn't even want that. I'm adult enough to be like, okay, so your dad's an asshole. And he left me for a 32-year-old whatever. Fine. But that's not, that doesn't mean that you shouldn't have a relationship with her unless she treats me bad, like she talks bad about me.
That's right.
She talks down to me, or she talks down to my kids. Now that's a different story. But if she loves my kids, if she's respectful for me and she's respectful to you, even though I'd be weird, I wouldn't like it all the time. But I'm not going to say, be mean to her. I'm an adult.
I'm kidding.
You know what I'm saying? And I would expect you to do the same thing. Like,
I'd be like, cool, man.
I mean, unless there's some disrespect going on.
Yeah, no.
I don't foresee any of this happening, but I'm just role playing. That's it. Role playing. You know what I'm saying?
Wait. What? Role play? You lost
Oh
me.
my gosh.
Like
Are
sexually
you 18?
role play?
No, this is not. This is a divorce role play.
Oh, we're role playing now.
We're divorced, okay?
Yeah,
We
yeah,
both have different
yeah.
spouses, and we want our kids to get along with them. And we'll all go together for Thanksgiving, just
Oh
like
my
that
gosh.
movie. Just like that movie.
Oh my gosh.
And we'd be like, I'm so sorry. Let's see. Let's name it. Let's think. These new spouses. JMR and I have to go up and do a podcast real quick, but we'll be right back before Thanksgiving dessert, okay? Y'all just chill down here.
Podcast.
And then we'll come hook up in the closet.
Podcast. I'd be like, can you do that thing? She cannot get it right.
After so long, you probably would be like that. Could you please teach?
Could you just teach her that
Could you
little thing
please-
you've done for 20 years, like that little tweak that
Could
you
you
do at the
teach-
end of this that
Could you
nobody
teach
can do?
Trista how to do like the?
I thought every woman
tongue
just
thing?
would do that naturally.
Trista doesn't know how to twist it right.
Her name is not going to be Trista.
That's what I want her name to be.
No. Trista.
Trista from the trailer park. Trailer Park Trista. That's what her
No,
name's
I'm
gonna
not
be.
getting with
But
the
she's gonna be
trailer-
young. Trailer Park Trista's young.
I don't care. She's in a trailer
She still
park
has all of her
doing
teeth.
meth, getting
I
banged by
know,
her
but
uncle.
she just started.
I'm not
meth.
in.
She just started meth. She has
Oh,
lost
so
her
we're
teeth.
good for a couple years.
Yeah, right. But I'm gonna have a sugar daddy. I'm gonna be over here sitting pretty, being like this. I'm gonna be making it rain out of his pockets daily. You can have Trailer Park Trista.
You're gonna get you a.
I'll have Sugar Daddy Sammy.
You're gonna get you a sugar daddy cuck.
No. No. Anyway, role playing over. This is getting uncomfortable.
And just dream world. She's gonna be like, I'm gonna get me an old sugar daddy that just wants me to
No.
fuck other hot guys.
No. I'm going to get me a young sugar daddy. There are those. I think maybe the definition of sugar daddy, you have to be old. But what's when you're young and you have a lot of money because you've fallen into it? I want one of those.
No, you don't.
Yeah, I do.
Nah, you don't want that.
Yeah, I do. Because here's why.
It's called a spoiled ass, is what that's called.
But here, can you listen? Can you hear me out? Hear out this scenario.
And then he's gonna have all that money and hold over your head and make you call him daddy.
okay, Daddy, I got it. I'll do it. Listen, here's why. Because this young kid, right, that has all the money, he may be spoiled, he may be a brat, and I'll be like, oh my gosh, you're such a punk kid. Can I have $100, please? And he'll give me $100, and I'll go do my thing. And I know he's probably hooking up with his young girls on the side, his friends with benefits, but maybe I am too, with people my age. And I'm like, hey, I got your dinner tonight. Because my young sugar daddy bought it for us. See how that works? It's fine. You go have your fun, I'll go have mine. Because I don't want an old sugar daddy because I kind of like am into looks. Like I'm just shallow like that. And I don't want to look at like an 80-year-old guy and have to like, it's all shriveled up and I got to do something with it.
Ooh.
You know what I'm saying? Like that would be really kind of hard for, I might have to out on that. I might have to tap out on that.
Ooh.
Right? So I'm going to get me a young one. And he can be spoiled. And he can make me call him daddy. I don't care. I'll do whatever I need to do. See what I'm saying?
It's a new side.
See what I'm saying?
I'm seeing a new side to
You
this
hear
lady
me?
here.
Right? Oh, a new side. Whatever.
New
We
side
talked
to
about
this woman here.
Whatever. We talked about sugar daddies, but not young ones. But why wouldn't
Hopefully none of your freaking DM people are listening to our podcast too. They'll be sending you like, I'm a sugar daddy.
I'll be like, here's my Venmo.
They will send you.
Here's my Venmo.
They will send you probably their bank balance and be like,
hey,
getting a response all of a sudden.
I'll just say, here's my Venmo.
And they're going to be like, all right, here's some money. Now meet me at IHOP.
I run into Sheets every day at Sheets. There is
Why are you going to Sheets every day?
Term of endearment because I am a creature of habit. We already know this, JMR. I got to confess something. Well,
I've already had one confession that's horrible this week.
What?
From Cash.
Oh, yeah. It's not like that. I have gotten out of the habit of meal prepping how I used to. So I often run out of the house without my stuff, and I have to like stop and get a protein shake or a protein bar after I work out. I don't buy a bunch of stuff. But people are starting to know me now at both Sheets. Well, and I go to Winfield once a week, and I go to that Sheets too. 3. But I only go there once a week. So the South Charleston and the Cross Lane Sheets people know me. And I've been to South Charleston Sheets longer, many, many, many years. And I feel like when I go into Cross Lanes or I go into the Winfield Sheets, I feel like I'm cheating.
That's good. You have a conscience.
And I'm like,
Other than for young
sorry.
sugar daddies, you could care less about them.
Yeah. But I go in, what was my point? And I get terms of endearment every time I go in there.
That's sweet.
Why, though? We already know how I feel about this. But anyway, I don't know why I was sharing that part, but...
They don't understand. They don't understand unless they're banging you. They can't call you those names.
Right.
Right?
Right.
It's a good rule.
I mean, I feel like that.
I think that makes sense.
You know, if you're banging me, then you pretty much can call me like
whatever you want.
Pretty much.
And I'm going to be okay with it, right?
You are going to be okay with it?
No. Wait. No. No. You're going to be okay with it. We were role playing again.
I'm just kidding. Oh my gosh, this is too hysterical. Oh my gosh. So today in the gym, I haven't made a scene.
Oh boy.
A small scene. Okay, so Jeff already knows this, but something happens to like one of my ribs sometimes, very rarely. But sometimes it like on my right side, right under my boobage.
Your boobies.
The very top rib, which I really don't know what that is. The very single top one, like you can feel it, like right here. Like feel it. Put your hand right here. I'm not even kidding.
Right at your boobie?
Like right here.
Oh, not.
See that? Feel that?
One pops out right there.
That rib, it shifts over. So it's under my right boobage. It shifts to the left and stays in the center sometimes.
Can you feel it? Can you literally?
Yes.
You can literally feel it being in a different position.
Yes. Yes, I
That's
can.
Jacked up.
And then I can't breathe right. And I can't breathe right.
You should always wear those strips over your nose.
That's not going to help. Listen, let me tell the story. So when it happens, it's right in the center, and I can like put my hand there and feel it. I have to like push it back, and I got to like lift my arm up like this and like push it.
Everybody's loving that.
And start. Well, here's what happened.
I'm loving it.
I'm sitting on the bench and I'm doing bent over rear delt flies.
Right.
So imagine that, and
I am.
I'm coming on the out motion. And when I go in the out motion like that, it shifts. I drop the weights, fall on the floor, because that's all I can do. I can't control it. And I'm like sitting on the floor, and I'm like pushing like this, and I'm in panic mode because I can't breathe. A dude drops his weights next to me, runs over to me, sits down on the floor. He's like, "What's wrong? What's wrong?" Like he was, he was in such panic. I was like, "I can't breathe. I was like trying to explain to him what's going on. He was like, "She can't breathe." And I'm like, "No, I can breathe." He was panicking way more than he should have been. But I was kind of panicky too.
Yeah, to
because
see a
it's
woman
scary,
do that,
but it's
to
a
see
scary
somebody drop weights and
situation.
fall on the floor and
Well,
roll around, pushing.
I wasn't rolling around. I kind of fell over into the. When I say I fell into the floor, that sounds a little bit more dramatic than it actually happened. I did drop the weights, which I'm surprised the lunk alarm didn't go off. But they weren't heavy weights. They were only 10 pounds because I can only do rear delt flies with 10 pounds. Judge me, whatever. I just can't. If you do them right, it's really hard. Anyway, and I kind of like rolled into the floor and sat there and was like rocking back and forth, pushing under my boob, saying I can't breathe. That's the only thing that was happening. And he was panicking. And I was like, calm down. I was like trying to calm him down. And I'm like, I'm okay. I just can't breathe. Like I have this. And I was like trying to get my breath. And finally, like if you push hard enough and then like you reach your arm up like this,
it pops
it
back.
goes back. And I'm like, I'm good now. And he goes, "You're good?" And I was like, "It's this thing that happens." I said, "My rib like scoots over and sometimes," and he looked at me like I was an alien. Like I've not ever seen it before.
No, he'll
No.
never come back.
He probably thinks I'm a lunatic.
He thinks you're crazy.
I'm like, "It's fine now. I'm perfectly good. I'm a little sore, but I'm okay. My rib moves. I got to push it back. It's a weird thing. It probably won't happen again for like another 6 months to a year." But it's always when I'm in a bent over position. It's happened on one arm rows before. It's happened when I've been doing those rope pull downs for my core. It's always when I'm bent over. So I'm not bending over anymore.
That's some bullshit.
It's over.
No.
It's
no,
over.
No,
I'm not- I'm
No.
just kidding. I'll bend over. But if I start acting funny, you're going to know why. That's what happens.
If that happens when I have you been over, like doggy, if you start throwing a fit like that, I'm going to feel like the man. I'm going to be like, this is a good one.
That's what. No, if
This
I
is
start.
a good one. Look at her squirm and scream and beat the bed.
No.
I'm going to ride that thing like a rodeo. I'm just to hang on tight.
Nope. Know that I'm in pain. So that's that story. Whew, that was a lot to cover.
That was an entertaining podcast in the closet.
Yes, it was.
I think we're going to shut it down.
Yeah, I've been up since 4:30, so I'm good. I'm good to shut it down.
Great.
All right.
Good night, everybody.